Today we're going to talk about the music industry and how so many of the greatest songs in history are love songs or about relationships that went sideways. And because I've studied peak performance my whole life, what I've come to recognize about that is, especially when a band is young and up and coming and they're struggling and they're hungry, they're full of fire, and they want to make it, and then they have an intense relationship that doesn't work out. You have really super intense emotions, really deep pain. Rejection breeds obsession. And most of the best love songs are typically some dude that got his heart crushed by a hot girl that he thought was going to be the next great love of his life. And it's because the emotions are so powerful and the suffering is so powerful that it comes through in the song and the chord progressions on the guitar or the piano or the drums or the stringed instruments. And so we have, I guess there's a recent couple that got divorced or broke up or had a breakup.
They broke up back in 2021.
And so there was a song that came out. I assume the song did well? Or did it?
Her song released a few days ago, so I think it's going okay. It's doing well. It was just a tease. When she did the tease, like, her fans went crazy knowing that.
So it's about her ex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But her first...
I mean, Adele. Look, Adele's a prime example.
Yeah.
That first album, it's like she was in really deep emotional pain, and she wrote just amazing songs that had a lot of heart in it.
Yeah.
And when you listen to those songs, it's like you feel compassion for her because you can feel her suffering in that. And it's like that suffering she put into her music and made some beautiful songs and made herself rich and a great career. Good for her.
Yeah, Adele is I love her as a singer. Amazing. So Camila Cabello and Shawn Mendes were like the power couple back in 2019 when they started dating. Like, their fans went crazy for them.
I have no idea.
No idea. And like, let me give you a backstory. So Camila Cabello used to be in Fifth Harmony, which was a band back then, and they split up because everybody wanted to do solo. But Camila Cabello was the first one. So kind of like
a Destiny's Child?
Yeah. But Camila Cabello, yes, but Destiny Child was much better than, I think, Fifth Harmony. Camila Cabello was the first one to leave the band. And there was a lot of controversy there.
Who was the other one? The band in the 90s that the one that's married to the soccer player was a part of? Spice Girls. That was another one.
Spice Girls was good. I like that one too. There's some good like bands. And then Shawn Mendes he's a musician, played the guitar, and they were together for a while, for almost a year, like almost 2 years, and they split up on November 2021, which fans was really upset about.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go cry in my my bed later.
They just loved them. They loved the two together. They were just like, they did music together. They looked happy together, but it just didn't work out. They were young when they started, so that was another thing that led to the breakup.
What are the lyrics? I start to imagine a world where we don't collide. It's making me sick, but we'll heal and the sun will rise.
That quote is from Shawn Mendes first. So he was the first ex who wrote the song. That was back in January. Around January, and then Camila released. So it
sounds like it was full of arguments. They were colliding. Men who understand women do not argue with them.
Could be.
But just because a guy knows how to communicate effectively, if he's dating a Fruit Loop or married to a Fruit Loop, somebody that's passive aggressive, that stonewalls, that won't talk, just says, "I don't want to talk about it." It's like that's almost impossible to work anything out when somebody refuses to communicate. When you look at studies of relationships that last the test of time, they don't go to bed until they resolve their differences. They really try to understand the other person. Yeah. And when you have somebody that refuses to communicate, because I had one girlfriend that was like that, it's like you can't work anything out. And just brushing shit under the rug so you avoid a confrontation or a disagreement. It's like
not healthy.
That shit, that dog can't hunt, as we say down here in the South. That doesn't work.
Oy. That's crazy. And then Camila released a tease of her new single on TikTok on February 27th.
That dog won't hunt.
That dog won't hunt. And this is the lyrics if you want to read.
You said you hated the ocean, but you're surfing now.
And Mendes
that sounds like the kind of line like you represented yourself as being one way, but now you're another way. Mm-hmm. And people often in relationships change who they are to try to make the other person happy. They become a pleaser.
Could be.
Oh yeah, I definitely like this when they're not into it.
But see, what happened with Mendes was he once told Jimmy Fallon that his biggest fear is deep water.
So maybe when he
And
had to break
then-
up, he decided to go try to conquer his fear.
That could be. I believe when it comes to relationships, there are things you will say, but after the breakup, you're going to experiment and explore
She's
other
just mad.
things.
So
in
that
life
was
and
her
try to-
song, or
That
that's
was
his
her.
song.
That was her song.
So it
Opening.
sounds like she's just big mad that he's enjoying the ocean without her. Because she
Mhm.
probably wanted to go to the ocean. He said, "No, I don't like the water." And now they're not together. He's actually in the water. So it pisses
Yeah.
her off.
Maybe
He
'Cause, yeah,
denied me. He denied me of the water.
he posted a picture on the water.
Oh my!
For the first time.
She still cares. That's why she's
After.
upset.
Yeah. But then he was also seen with a new girl, but there's no
Nice.
rumors there that they're like together. It was just like
When one
friends.
door closes, another one opens.
Could be. But just friends. They're saying they're like mutual friends with
Just
both.
friends. Okay. Is she hot?
She's okay. I haven't seen
She's
like
okay. Have you seen the pictures of this new girl?
I seen a picture when
Is
they
she
were
an
together.
upgrade or?
Nah, Camila Cabello is
Oh.
the one, I believe. And then this is another lyric that Camila Cabello
I
says.
said I'd love you for life, but I just sold our house. Ooh. And indeed, the Havana star did just sell her Los Angeles home for a cool $4.3 million.
In December.
So she definitely rejection breeds obsession.
Mm-hmm.
Did he leave her? Is that what happened?
No, both of them came to an agreement that they were going to separate. They went on Instagram. They created an Instagram post, not a post, Instagram story, and they said the end of the romance relationship to respect each other and nothing
We've
else.
decided to consciously uncouple.
Mhm. And here's an example of other artists. You have Ed Sheeran with the song "Don't," Justin Timberlake with "Cry Me a River." I'm not sure of Alanis. I haven't heard of her
But
music.
by the way, she said about Leo that the worst date she ever had, they were sat in a movie theater and he watched like all the Star Wars movies and ran around the room with a lightsaber,
Oh my god.
pretending to have a lightsaber duel.
That's weird.
When you're rich, you don't give a fuck. It's like, hey, this is our
Oh
date.
boy.
That's hilarious.
Then you have Katy Perry, Miley Cyrus, and Rihanna. Famous.
See, there's
Rihanna.
the public perception of how great life is with Leo, and then there's the reality. You're going to be watching the Star Wars movies. She's probably not a Star Wars fan. And like for, I don't know,
I'm not a
10
Star
hours,
Wars
whatever
fan.
all three of them were, he's running around the room with a lightsaber.
I guess
That's
when you're
kinda
rich,
funny.
you say they don't care, but like to me, that's like a behavior of like a 7-year-old, 8-year-old who loves Star Wars and stuff like that.
Yeah, but, hey, it's a guy thing. Guys like that
Yeah.
shit. The guys want to be the hero. That's part of being a man.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds he took it overboard. And at the end of the day, he's Leo DiCaprio, so he don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.